Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Shark. Bill Belichick, at the time of this recording, still has not been hired by an NFL team. There are only two teams remaining to hire a coach, the Seahawks and the Commanders. Do you think he's going to get a job? And if not, why not?
Well, I know whatever happens, I can edit this so it makes it look like we were right with our predictions
That's
once
right.
it finally comes to fruition. I think at this point he probably won't, which is a sad way to end a career.
Yeah.
There are plenty of the teams that should have probably hired him. You know, the one we were talking about earlier today was the Seahawks really can't get rid of a 72-year-old to, and say they want to bring in somebody new, fresh blood, and then bring somebody in that's 71. I do think Washington should hire him. I mean, they've been horrible forever. I
Yep.
don't even remember what the last time. It's been about as bad as being a Cowboys fan and trying to watch them, waddle through and then blow it. But he's a brilliant coach. The whole thing with some teams being afraid of his ego, you should embrace his ego. Who
Yeah.
cares? I think he was as good of a coach as everybody proclaimed? No. Brady showed that. And do I think he has a huge ego? Yeah, but he's going to break some eggs. But that's
Mhm.
what you want. That's why you hire another coach. You went and probably fired another coach, or another coach left you for a better position. So you want to bring in somebody that's got real expertise, whether he's the greatest of all time or not. That's the kind of person you want to bring in. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. You need somebody. If you're a certain franchise like Washington, you need somebody to rock the boat. And the only two reasons that I could think, if the teams are the ones that are deciding not to hire him, the only two reasons I could think is, yeah, the ego, they might think that it's going to prevent him from really relating to the modern day player. And then also, as a GM, he has not picked well over the last 4, 5, 6 years. And
Mhm.
so he may be coming into these meetings demanding full control of personnel along with being head coach. And maybe some of these owners see that most recent track record of him as a GM just isn't cutting it. So, when he was interviewing with the Falcons, I didn't think that was a good fit for him. I thought
Yeah.
maybe he walked away from that one because they don't have a quarterback. There's really nothing that gives you an indication that they're going to somehow turn something around. But I look at Washington and I think, man, the desperation of that, why not hand him the keys to everything? I think they're probably going to have a top 5 pick, so they could get a quarterback through that route. So that if he wants a job, that seems like the one to really go after.
Yeah, there was another coach, legendary coach that's gone on, but he made the point of saying, if you something to the effect of, if you want me to cook the dinner, I should be able to pick the ingredients.
Yep.
Um, Bill Parcells, I believe, said
Parcells.
that.
Yep. Yep.
And I remember the exact phrase, but that's what you want somebody at that level of expertise, and relating or not. These people are super managers. This is the CEO who's giving instructions. I don't want the most well-adjusted emotional team. I
Right.
want, if at that level of sports, call me the bad guy if I help you get to a Super Bowl or far into the playoffs. That's what the fans and the owners want. They're never gonna. There's not going to be a huge outcry because he was just too mean on them. So
No.
at this point, I think you've got to at least respect the expertise he brings. But you brought up a fantastic point. He has not picked well, and I hope that he has at least enough humility to realize he probably needs to listen to some other good people as well. So whichever way it happens, we'll edit the show and make sure that it sounds like we made some great points.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.